now they did the worst, jailing him. People are asking questions because everybody waited for September 1st. Where is this man? Where is this intellectual? Where is this voice of Biafra? The world now is talking about Biafra. So it has become a household name, forcing global leaders to acknowledge the plight of our people. And that was why when our APM went to Washington, D.C., they said, we have heard what Finland has done, meaning that there are people following up the case of Biafra. Oh, goodness me. I am so proud to be a Biafran. People are following up because Nigeria thought they could ignore Biafra. But our PM has forced the world to listen. That is why they fear him. That is why they fear him. Our PM outsmarted Nigeria because he's not just a figurehead. He declared and structured the Biafra Republic government in exile. Our PM is not an IPOB member. He structured a government because he knows the rules of engagement. He knows the rule of law. He knows how to put things straight. Our onion said he's coming with a new dimension. Immediately he stepped in. Hey, the light entered Biafra struggle. Our PM transformed it immediately to Biafra Republic government in exile. And he built a diplomatic capacity, even in exile. Yes, that is what he did. He organized 2024 self-referendum, where over 50 million Biafrans voted to restore Biafra, to leave Nigeria, because Nigeria is a terrorist country. That shows what? Agency and organization. Yes, that is what he did. Because these institutionally capacities are what Nigeria are afraid of. And now they are scrambling to manage the fallout internally and internationally. Nigeria thought it was a joke. Because when our PM started, they gave him names. They, oh, this small boy, he's in one room in front of computer. He is talking. Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. They thought it was a joke. Today, they are crying because the world is taking notice of Biafra. The world and Nigerian government thought that sit at home was all about one man. No, 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 no. They believe if they could silence our PM, the protest will end. It's not possible because we decided to sit at home, we Biafrans. But look at our land today. Even with their constant threat, you see, and these recent legal challenges our PM is facing in Finland, Biafrans are still sitting at home. Yes, because it is not our PM that compelled us to sit at home. They are not sitting at home because they are being forced. No. We Biafrans are sitting at home because it is our peaceful act of civil disobedience. And no one should say it is our PM that compelled us. You see? Because our silence, it is a silent decision to sit at home. So this is a proof that PM did not compel us to sit at home. Because that means you wouldn't have seen any Biafra sitting at home on Monday. Or since he was detained from November last year. He simply gave a voice to our collective will. That is what our PM did. The protests continue because the grievances.
Yes.
Sorry, can you still hear me now? Because it has reduced this. Okay.
Yes,
I'm sorry
yes. Go
about that.
ahead.
Yeah. So this is not fear. No. Because the grievances is still there. The kidnapping is still there. The killings is still going on. You see? So people are still sitting at home. This is discipline and unity. It's not about our PM forcing us to sit. No. No. So the clearest proof that our PM structure is working is found in the desperate words of our enemies themselves. The governors of Southeast, that is what is his name? Godswill Akpabio called our PM because Biafra land respects him. He is the only man that cares for Biafra. He is the only man that cannot pay deaf ears when he hears the cry of Biafrans. Our PM will say, everybody, protest. by sitting at home when Biafrans are killed, because that is the only way we can protest. Before he even opened his mouth, everybody is already sitting at home. Because if they come out to protest, they will kill us. So we agreed that anytime a Biafran is killed, we will sit at home. Because we have lost brothers and sisters and parents and mothers, uncles, aunties, future leaders, future innovators. We decide to sit at home. And that is why Godswill Akpabio said that Simon Ekpa is the governor of the Southeast. Yes, he is. That was what he lamented on social media. He spoke of the frustration that despite all the money and military might, our PM has now become the de facto governor of Southeast. Yes, so we accept it like that because he cares for us. So this is a direct admission of defeat from the highest level of the Nigerian terrorist government. You see what is happening? So, my people, when a Senate president, hey, the third person in government, lament on social television that our PM is now the governor of the Southeast, that is not a praise, it is fear. It is fear. It is recognition, free recognition. Unlike them that will go and be paying money to get award, they recognize our PM without him paying money for this recognition. Because Nigerian officials feel powerless. Their own institution cannot control our PM's.
Anti-tutors, I think you need to refresh again. You are being attacked. Your mic is muted and you are still speaking. But go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but your mic is muted from my end. But go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Hey, where did I stop? Okay. Yeah. So our PM has given us that unbreakable structure. You see? And then when we have heard the words of Musa, the terrorist Musa, on Channels television, he spoke of the professional and robust structure of our defense, lamenting that his military and police cannot penetrate the airspace and the land space in Biafra land. This is because the defense by the de facto government laid down a good base on the will of the people, not on brutal force. No, it is structural defense that cannot be defeated by conventional military might.
It comes and goes. We're hearing you.
Okay, please bear with me. I was, I don't know. I don't know what is going on. I don't know. So the greatest success, because our PM has taken this case of Biafra to the world. The greatest success of our Prime Minister's strategy is that he has taken our struggle from the jungle and streets of Biafra land to the hall of power in Washington, D.C. Our PM structure enabled, that is what gave a hand and allow and enable our APM to form these formal alliances with the US and BRGIE, projecting Biafra as a sovereign nation-minded movement, not as a terrorist group that Finland is trying to call IPOB. We are no more IPOB. We have a government in exile. So Finland's jailing of our prime minister us made the Congress even more curious to know more about Biafra. They are now pushing Finland for justice because our APM has dropped an explosive congressional testimony. that they are committing against our people. For the first time, our story has heard directly by those who matter. That is what has happened. All because of the structure laid down by our Prime Minister. They laughed when we did our self-referendum. They laughed when our Prime Minister initiated the first ever self-referendum. It is the first digital self-referendum that has ever been conducted. They call it a joke. But today, over 50 million Biafrans having voted to leave Nigeria. They are crying today. This referendum, though UN is still doing like say, that's giving us the moral and statistic basis that we need for our independence. And it is a document that is now being used in our diplomatic engagement globally. Supposing our PM did not give this structure, what will happen? So it is an act. It is an act that he has outsmarted the entire political regime in Nigeria, the terrorists in Nigeria. You see what is happening? So our people should now come out. Our people should come out. Because our APM has recently announced our lobbying efforts have successfully blocked the arm. They are working on it. So for me, I believe it is blocked already. Because that is why Tinubu is telling them to begin to produce their weapons locally. Nigeria is now forced to look for money and weapons elsewhere because we, through our structure, have made them and made the Western countries and the US to stop selling weapons to them. Do you see what is happening? To the extent that even the saboteurs that they planted, they have also failed. They are now running kitty, looking for funds, looking for other strategies to still destroy BRGIE. But it is not possible. Even this recent Finland case, which they see as a victory, the terrorist government see as a victory, has become the greatest diplomatic asset that BRGIE has ever had. The fact that the case has now reached the US Congress, they are now moving to pressurize Finland. Yes, because the world is now eager to hear our story. This is exactly what our Prime Minister wanted. The world is listening to Biafra now. They are listening now more than ever. So Nigeria is so desperate. They have hired firms. They have hired lobbies to go to Washington, D.C., but they have failed. They have, paid money for them to label IPOB a terrorist country, but they forget that we are now a government. We are no more IPOB. You see, Nigeria have pressurized Finland to arrest our Prime Minister, leading to his trial. And now they said he has to go to prison. They are so scared. They are on the run. They are confused. Tinubu now has jumped out of the country to go to France and say, how far? Go to UK, how far? Nigeria formed fake news campaign to paint our PM as a violent person, despite his advocacy for peaceful self-determination. These are all that Nigeria has done. You see, because our Prime Minister, truth telling, has overshadowed Nigerian propaganda. International media now critically examine Nigeria's claim. They are looking into it. And that is why Canada court labeled Nigerian terrorist party terrorist organization. It is reflecting a growing global, what would I say? People, would I use the word skepticism? Yes, towards Nigeria. Because people are now skeptical about Nigeria. Oh, this is not the government, the country we know before. You see what is happening? So my people, we have to come together, because it is not just by saying what our PM has done. What are we going to do? What are we going to do to support our PM and continue to make him train? It's for us to do what he wants us to do. It's for us to donate so that we can equip our BDF to protect our communities from these Nigerian terrorists that have come to kill our people. We have to amplify this truth. That is what he wants us to do. He did not say you should go and cry or you should go and sit on the fence because he's in the prison or he has been sentenced to prison. No. He wants us to do more than what we have been doing before. So it's not the time to lament or time to say, okay, let me wait. When he comes out, we will continue. No. So this space is meant for us to understand the power we hold in our hands. The power, we have the power. It is in our hands. Do not be discouraged by the lies of the enemy. Oh,
Auntie
hello.
Tutos, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, I even want to heal my mic here so that I can refresh so that another person. This is why it is dealing with me today, but it's okay. It's okay. Let me refresh, okay? You can pass the mic to Madam my Mama Betty or you. Either of you can go ahead. Let me refresh. Okay? Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know if Mommy Betty, are you ready? You can come in now. If you are close to your device. If not, then we'll wait until you come back while Auntie Tutos is going to refresh the space. So Auntie Tutos already asked a question. I welcome each and every one of us again. And those that are just joining, please, we should try as much as possible to share the space as well. So Auntie Tutos asked a question earlier about the Nigerian terrorist state. Uh, should I call it a state or Nigerian contraption? So and how uh, under the Biafran government in exile have succeeded, and forcing them, to be jumping from one post uh, to another. So, and it's a very good question for me. So, but the simple and direct way to answer that question is, in the first place, I just want us to understand, based on facts, we all know that Nigeria is not a country, even though it has been projected and for so long, to be as a country. Following the history, we all know that the foundation of the so-called contraption called Nigeria is false. So uh, so you cannot compare Nigeria to be a country, because if the truth would have been told, or if the truth would have been told for a very long time, following the history, everybody should know. Every wise man and woman would be able to understand that Nigeria, Nigeria being a contraction shouldn't even, exist. Shouldn't even have been. It shouldn't even have existed as a so-called country. So that is a fraud. So, and everybody have come to understand. Even the whole world knows that Nigeria is a fraud. So, and there's nowhere you go today when you mention the word Nigeria that things will always go well for you. So it's always the other way around, and because of that reason, so we have every reason and more reason, to justify that. So Nigeria is a contraction, a British company, a forceful foundation that has never stand. It has been there to terrorize the people just for his or her own interest, for our own benefits, as long as their interests are being met. So that is the most important. So every other development, every other right to live, right of freedom of speech, every other freedom that every other part of the world do experience. So as long as you are under the contraption, under the British company contraption being controlled by the British and the Fulanis, so you already know what that means. So, and for that reason, since the reason of the Biafran government in exile, and even before now, so they have always been running from one pillar to the other. That was the reason why our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, because they knew, and they understand very well the momentum. Just that some of we, the Biafran people, have failed to understand, the stage and where we have really gotten to. Even before the emergence of the Biafran government in exile, we have a very, very high opportunity, to maintain the momentum, even though our leader, Mazin Namdekano, was kidnapped. But out of, some gullible ones, and out of, uh, um, how out of and the spirit of sabotage, so many of us fail to understand the fact that we have everything already in place, and we're supposed to continue to do exactly what the Biafran government in exile, has struggled and maintained for the past 3 years. It was, in fact, it was like a speed of a light, what the Biafran government in exile did, to compare during the time of our leader Mazin Namdekano was here with us, because he was being surrounded with a lot of sabotage, and it was not really easy by then. So, and we thank God for the Biafran government in exile today. So, to start with, I was saying that even the Nigerian contraption has already started running from pillar to post for a very long time before the emergence of the Biafra government in exile, in the sense that even though they planted their sabotage around, and both within and external, just to make sure that anytime our leader Mazin Namdekano take a step forward, they try to drag him 10 steps backward. So, but they saw that the prophecy and the truth and the truth that he stood upon was like, was sharper than two-edged sword, and they could not even withstand, that truth alone. And they have already saw the momentum that even at there, Biafrans has really converged and come together, willing to do the needful. So what do they have to do? They have to apply more of their forces, and they make sure that they go any lengths, even to the extent of bridging the international law, international treaty that they are part of, kidnapping our leader Mazin Namdekano, bringing him to the zoo, which is the contraction being controlled by the terrorists, being controlled by the British government. Because since they have been supporting terrorists in Nigeria, I don't know what to call them. Them themselves as well should be one, because I don't see any reason why our leader Mazin Namdekano will be kidnapped, a British citizen, for no reason. He has not done anything, and they decide to keep quiet. So now, when the Biafran government in exile emerged, when they thought that they have succeeded in kidnapping Mazin Namdekano just because they wanted to stop Biafra, they wanted to get to me and you. So immediately the Biafra government in exile emerged. In the initial stage, they were calling it different kind of name. They tried to use propaganda to come, and at the end of the day, they now find out that this is very, very serious. This is very, very serious. So now, Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a contraption. Nigeria is a terrorist camp. Nigeria is an evil den. So even a layman, a cripple, can destroy Nigeria. So if we are saying that our prime minister, one man, our prime minister, no, it's because Nigeria is a force. That is, Nigeria should never even ever exist. What did our prime minister came with? What did our leader Mazin Namdekano came with? What did each and every one of us came here with? We came here with the truth. And everything we are doing it according to law. So, and as long as we stand in the truth and we have refused to back down, to give up, so definitely, the foundation must be shaken. So that is just the fact. Each and every one of us should understand. We came with the truth. Our leader Mazin Namdekano told us that we are going to defeat our enemies, this zoo, this contraction, just only with the truth. That we should be consistent in whatever we are doing. So, and we have started with the truth, and we are going to destroy the Nigerian terrorist state and any other supporter, anybody that try to come across. As long as we are still holding on that truth, doing the needful. What is that truth? The truth is Biafran government in exile. The truth is the de facto government in the homeland. The truth is the Biafran Liberation Army. The truth is the Biafran Defense Force. The truth is the Biafran Resistance Fire. The truth is the Biafran lobbyists in the international community. This is the truth. And that is what we must focus on. There is no need for us to look back. No need for you to, you see, if we understand the manner and the weight of the atrocity this evil entity has done to us, even though some of us cannot feel it. Look, it is better you do not even feel it at all. It is better you do not even experience it at all. That is the reason why you're supposed to join now, key in, and let us do the needful. There is no way out. There is no two ways about it. It is either Biafra or you are finished. It is not from also we don't have any, it is from the same terrorist Nigerian state that the Nigerian contraction that you have been believing in. They are the one that are going to destroy you too. So what choice are you left with? Now make haste when the time is yet. What are you waiting for? What choice do you have? Have you ever heard that there is any other government that is representing you as a Biafran in any way? Is there any proof apart from all this nonsense? Is that what you are backing on? What are they doing for you? All these gossipers, all these evil criminals, these saboteurs that are working for the Nigerian terrorist contraption, being controlled by the British government. Is this what you know, genuine Biafran? Is this what you are looking up to? Is this what you are hoping on? Is this what you are waiting? The only existing government now that is being recognized, even though the Nigerian terrorist state has come up with their propaganda, colluding with Finnish government to arrest our prime minister in the name of so-called inciting me and you. At the end of the day, they turned it into something else. Is it not enough reason for each and every one of us to understand the fact that it is yet that we need to focus on that truth that we have stand, that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have stood for a very long time, and that truth is our defense. That truth is our lobbies. That truth is what we are doing right now, and that truth is our funding, our AJ and AJ. That is the only thing. My brothers and sisters, if we continue in this path, oh God, you see, as long as the zoo, you see the way they have disgraced themselves, and they have now lured Finland into this nonsense. How can Finland now come out and do the way they understand that this prime minister, that is this Samonepa, that this prime minister of BRGIE is not just this liaison office that they are seeing here in Finland. When they understand that it is being registered in the United States of America, legal, recognized, they come out hand immediately. On another wise, on another guesses, on another understand somebody where they carry name property, print and black and white everywhere. Say he do this one, at the end of the day they come out. Is it not shameful? Then some of us go want to see the talk, say maybe if they go and pee, they'll reduce that 3 this one. No, he did not commit anything, no offense, nothing. Immediately after that, if they are wise enough, let them release him. If our prime minister has not committed any crime, any offense, nothing. That is where I stand. So it would be advisable for them to do the needful before it will be very, very late for them. So Nigeria has never existed. That truth is our foundation, and that is what we continue, and we will continue to focus on it, because the truth is that we must defend ourselves. We will not stand and allow these terrorists in army uniform coming into our land, broad daylight, killing and destroying our people. For what? For what? When we have the Biafran liberation, when we have Biafran government in exile, when we have the de facto government in the homeland, are we not going to rise up to our responsibility for once? How are you waiting to do it for you? Are you waiting for America? Are you waiting for who to come to your rescue if we do not stand up to our responsibility? We have to support this one that we already have. It is not easy. It is a collective effort. We have to do this to survive. We don't have to condemn. We have to recognize our own. We have to support our own. We have to, we have to embrace our own. And this is the right time for us to do it. And we have been doing it, and this is the time for us to intensify it. That is what we are meaning. Those of you that has been standing one part or the other, that is thinking that maybe what the Biafran government in exile or the de facto government in the homeland are doing are not in line with the international community or are not in line to law. Now you have seen it. Today is Saturday. How many of you are ready? How many of us are willing? This is the time. This is the only opportunity for us to deal with Nigeria as a contraption that they are. The opportunity is given to us. At least before the international community now, we even come and put immediate. This is the opportunity for us to at least teach them a lesson that they will understand, that they will never ever forget in a special way. Because so many things has already been made in place. Our government are working, our lobbies are working, our recognition will be met. That is certain. But we must defend our land. Before the recognition, we must deal with Nigeria. So that immediately that recognition is coming, nobody, no man, no woman will tell them to withdraw. But if we did not do the needful decisively, the way it should be, and maybe when the recognition comes and you're expecting them to just go away, that means we are not serious. We have to stand up to our responsibility. That is what I'm saying. So therefore, Nigeria has already been, a contraction that was built on a false foundation, and it shouldn't be, it shouldn't have even ever existed as a country, but as something that the British, have put together. So even though they signed the contract for 100 years that have expired, as long as they can never be satisfied with the blood of the innocent Biafrans after since 1967 up to date, they keep killing us, keep stealing from us, and oppressing us. So anytime we talk, but what we get is as long as you are in Biafra, whether you are in Kenya, whether you are in anywhere, as long as you are a Biafran, you can be kidnapped and taken to their contractions, mostly especially their contraction in Nigeria, where they will torture you and do every manner of evil, to you, where they will be the only judge and they will be the lawyer in everything. So, and we the Biafran people has already risen up to our responsibility. So we say no to injustice for the Biafran people, and this is the time, and there is no any other time apart from now for us to fight and gain our freedom. Thank you very much. I'll read the mic. I don't know if our host, if you are back now. I was calling on. Okay, I see. Maybe our brother Stanley has been here too. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I want to play something before the next speaker, so that most of us that may have forgotten will remind ourselves or refresh our memories about the achievement of BRGIE. And before I go there, I have posted the link in the Jumbotron, the link for our payment. So those of us that a time difference may be challenging for us to stay awake and attend the fundraising, don't disturb yourself, okay? Just click the link and make your submission. You can send the receipt to Madam Key. Madam Key is there. David Nana is there. 1 million is there. Madam Betty is there. Don't worry, we will do the wakekeeping. But just click the link, make your donation, and send the receipt. We need that your 1 Eja and your 1 Ejema, please. You can sleep, no problem. So the link is there in the Jumbotron, please. And also, international listeners, if you want to support us, we don't mind. Yes, so just click the link and make your donation. Your card payment detail is saved. It is a secured link. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's just listen to this before we continue, please.
Asking, did you say Biafra will come in 2023? Biafra has been restored already. What is remaining is a complete declaration that will be defended. And before that happens, there are many things that we need to put in place. I want you to recount the achievement of the Biafra Republic government in exile under the leadership of Simon Ekpa, what we have achieved in 2023, and ask yourself that question again, and you will look very stupid. We have been able to form government in exile in 2023. In 2023, we have formed the de facto government. In 2023, we have launched Biafra Liberation Army. In 2023, we launched Biafra Navy, we launched Biafra Air Force, we launched the forces of Biafra. In 2023, we adopted Helsinki Declaration, which is the constitution of Biafra. In 2023, we had a convention in Finland where Biafra people gathered from all over the world as delegates to vote on the Biafra Charter, which is a living document subjected to amendment. In 2023, we have created 40 states of Biafra. And believe me, many more states will come because we are not done yet. In 2023, not only that we created state, we also brought a redesigned and a redrawn Biafra map to reflect the current situation and the current demography of Biafra. In 2023, we started engaging officially Nigeria state in a guerrilla warfare on self-defense. In 2023, we officially and publicly engaged Nigeria terrorist army, and we are neutralizing them on daily basis. It has never happened before in the history of Biafra after the war. In 2023, Nigeria state in a guerrilla warfare self-defense. In 2023, we officially and publicly engaged Nigeria terrorist army, and we are neutralizing them on daily basis. It has never happened before in the history of Biafra after the war. In 2023, we publicly and openly made sure that Nigeria doesn't kill again in Biafra land and go free. So, if you look at those things I've mentioned and those ones I have not even mentioned, are you still going to challenge Simon Ekpa that Biafra has not been restored in 2023? Biafra declaration is not about mouth pronouncement. It's about putting every structure in place. It's about putting every mechanism and measures in place to shape.
We are not hearing Tuto again, no. Stanley, can you?
So, if you look at those things I've mentioned and those ones I have not even mentioned, are you still going to challenge Simon Ekpa that Biafra has not been restored in 2023? Biafra declaration is not about mouth pronouncement. It's about putting every structure in place. It's about putting every mechanism and measures in place to shaping the map and the structure of Biafra. In 2023, we have designed the economic viability of Biafra. In 2023, we have kicked off the Biafra Urban Development Project. In 2023, we've made a lot of impact globally. In 2023, the Biafra awareness gained the highest momentum in the history of Biafra since after the war. In 2023, we made the Nigeria terrorist army to cry on the floor of National Assembly. It has never happened in the history of Nigeria. In 2023, those who are serving as the agent of Nigeria, benefiting from the corrupt entity called Nigeria, openly called for persecution, execution, and the kidnapping and arresting of Simon Ekpa because they know that this is a different thing from what they have seen in their entire life. In 2023, they call for the arrest of Simon Ekpa and call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Confusion. In 2023, after they have used many years to plan the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have come to say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a saint. He's a very gentleman. He's a nice person. But just 2 years ago, they kidnapped this nice person from Kenya. 2 years ago, they tortured him for 8 days. 2 years ago, he was an evil man. 2 years ago, they called him terrorist. 2 years ago, he was everything evil to them. 2 years ago, they spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. They kidnapped him and put him into a private jet from Kenya to Nigeria. 2 years ago, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was everything evil to Nigeria, including to Ohaneze Ndigbo and all of them. 2 years ago, he was the only problem of Nigeria. 2 years ago, he was the only person that constituted all manner of insecurity in Nigeria. He was the one who is more deadlier than Boko Haram. He was everything that Nigeria don't want to see. Today, as Simon Ekpa take the Biafra liberation to the next level, the same people are now calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the most sensible person. These are hypocrites. These are devilish people. These are criminals that only thing they want to do is to give dog a bad name in order to kill it. They have given that name to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They themselves were the one who condemned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same people today, they have seen that, yes, indeed, someone actually followed the footsteps of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and ready to drag all of them to Biafra land. So that when we get to Biafra land, we will treat their fuck up very well. Today, the same people who gave the bad name to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in order to be kidnapped, they slandered his name, blackmailed him to other ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. All of them today has come to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very sensible. Now it is Simon Ekpa is the problem. These people who are just evil from birth refuse to understand why Simon Ekpa have decided to take this thing upon himself to liberate the people of Biafra who has been subjugated and chained with Islamic State agenda. They found themselves in a hole. They tagged us, thought, in a circle. Because they thought that they have actually systematically conquered everybody by dividing, creating states, dividing us, changing the demography and map of Biafra people. And at the end of the day, they structured out 5 tiny states, called it 5 eastern states. And they say, let us continue to divide them. And now they tell you, oh, you are talking about Biafra. You are just 5 states in the second. We have come to destroy their evil agenda. Today, you will understand that the plan of the Islamic State has failed. Today, the Biafra people are proudly announcing the 40th state, which is called the United States of Biafra. 40 complete states, cut across board, including in the area where they claim they were never Biafra. I have come to learn from what Biafra did wrong in 1967 to 1917. I have come to learn what Wazirike did wrong from the time he started the Biafra movement, and I have come to learn what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did right and was in the process of doing before the plan and kidnapped him. I continue from there, and today we are where we are. They are not resting. Those IPOB Nigeria are not resting as well. Every given opportunity, they think that there is infight in the Biafra government. They will say, oh, their hope now is that they are fighting, and they are hoping that there is infight in the Biafra government. That is to tell you that, like we said, they are cursed. They are cursed, and they can never rise again. Biafra government in exile is a government that nobody born of a woman marching on this planet, using your foot to walk on the ground, will ever destroy. Biafra has been restored. In 2023, we have a government, we have a structure of the government of Biafra, we have every department that made Biafra government a legitimate government. The people of Biafra are loyal to the government, both in the exile and in the homeland. We have governors, state administrators in all the 40 states of Biafra. We have the deputy governors, which is called administrators. We have the secretary of state of each state in Biafra land. We have the chairmen and managers of county and the district. If you do not understand that with this structure we have now, one day you will sleep in Nigeria and wake up in Biafra. It means that you are an idiot. I told you that by the time I finish with Nigeria, you will sleep in Nigeria one day and wake up in Biafra. The next phase is to set up the police of Biafra. The reason why we have not set up the police is because it is going to be state police. Every state will have their police. Every state will be independent. It is going to be local police, and there is no interference from the central government of Biafra. The military is a joint military. It's one military that will protect the territorial integrity of Biafra. When one state is attacked, it means that you have attacked all of us. So my people, for those who are asking when are you going to declare Biafra, we have already declared Biafra. We are only waiting for us to conclude the last phase of the Biafra government, and one day you will sleep and wake up in Biafra. Like I said, then we must capture every cranny of the Biafra territory.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening to that short message from our PM. I just wanted to play it so that most of us that have forgotten the achievement of BRGIE, led by this one man, will have something to talk when you pick up the mic. A lot he has counted, so many achievements. He is the man that brought the new dimension our Onyendu talked about. And we can see it played out everywhere. We heard exactly one of the points that he said, you cannot destroy BRGIE. Hey, you cannot destroy BRGIE. So far as you put your feet on the ground, you match this sand, you cannot destroy BRGIE. Yeah, so I don't know, Madam Betty, are you there to pick up the mic, or we pass the mic to Stanley?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Yes, we will pass it to Stanley, but let me just greet everybody. I say good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Biafrans, depending on your location. I thank everybody for being here this afternoon. Please, my people, it's just a quick reminder of our fundraising today. We're supposed to remember without being told, but humans being what we are, we have to continue to remind you people. All have been said, but please, my people, let us remain strong. Thank you so much. And
thank you, Mama.
let Stanley go ahead.
Yeah,
Thank
before
you.
Stanley will go, please, if you are just joining the space, can you share the space in case you've forgotten to share the space? Thank you. Please share, share, share. Sharing is free. Go ahead, Stanley. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tutos. Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you, Honorable Betty. Thank you, 1 million also, for all the teachings and all the words of encouragement that you have dished out as long as this space have been. Greetings to everyone that is on the space. Special greetings to our APM, to all the honorable members of BRGIE, standing strong on this very, say one or two, because I'm sure that we all know that Nigeria is actually lobbying the whole world, in fact. And we all should be happy, because just like our Minister of Information said last night, being called a terrorist is actually a badge of honor. Yes. Because until you are being called a terrorist, trust me, you are doing nothing as long as freedom fighting is concerned. Until you are being called a terrorist, you are not doing nothing. Look around you. Look at the people that claim they are fighting for freedom. Those that claim they are freedom fighters. How many of them are being called a terrorist? Let's consider the Biafra struggle itself. If you know anyone that is claiming to be a freedom fighter, how many person calls them terrorists? I mean, those that claim. Then look at those that are actually being called the terrorists, and you compare. You don't need anyone to tell you who is doing the right thing and who has your interest at heart as a Biafran that wants liberation, that wants freedom. Nigeria is lobbying the whole world, not just Finland, because they are terrorist states. So they are trying to patch up their leakages. And that's why their economy is going down by day. Because the money they are supposed, the economy, the fund, the resources they are supposed to use to build the zoo, to provide job for the believers of the zoo, to provide basic amenities from the believers of the zoo and the supporters of the zoo, they are using it to lobby. They're using to jump from countries to countries to look for where to bribe. I'm not going to call it they even change that into to bribe. It's more of a criminality, and that's what Nigeria does. Lobbying. I think they're actually bribing countries. PM have single-handedly, with the support of the over 50 million Biafrans that participated in the referendum, that voted yes, have brought zoo to their knees. It is obvious. We all know that. They cried, they cried, they cried. We all know. They cried real tears. It's not a child's play. When our PM was still here, every time in the National Assembly, our PM is the topic. The Senate President, when our sister was speaking earlier, he made mention of when they said that PM is now the governor of Southeast. They didn't say that he is the governor of a state. They said the whole Southeast, generalizes. I want you to understand. Because if you know, if you remember, we all know that they have governors in different states. But they were like the zoo that made that comment. We want them hands down. We want them hands down. They shed tears. Just like the voice our sister played that just finished. PM was recounting the achievement of BRGIE with the support of well-meaning Biafrans. Every of those accounts he was making was real and, can be felt. It is very real because each and every one of us felt its existence. Now, they are bribing. Let me not give them, because if I'm using lobbying for them, it's like, making it sound legal. Nigeria doesn't lobby, they bribe. In as much as it looks like, but that's not really what they're doing, because we know what lobby means. You lobby for something that is legal. For something that is illegal, you bribe. So what Nigeria does is bribe. And look at them, what they've turned into. The country has turned into shambles. Because they deny them visa. We all know that. Upon that, declared those two political parties as terrorist organizations, which they are. So maybe they are still looking for a way to also bribe Canada, because they won't lobby Canada. Canada took a lot of things in consideration before prescribing them as terrorist organizations. And there are facts out there to back up that prescription. Now, apart from Finland, whom it is very, very obvious that they bribed, not lobbied, there are so many countries they've been bribing. But the painful part, the only part of it that pains me all of it is because The resources they are using to bribe these countries belongs to Biafrans. That is where it pains me. Apart from that, I see them as a country that has failed. PM dealt with them mercilessly. And when our APM tell you Biafra is here, some of us still act the way we do when PM was here, telling us that Biafra is here. When PM used to tell us that someday we would sleep in the zoo and wake up in Nigeria, in Biafra land. Some of us don't really understand. So when our APM is telling you Biafra is here, fund your liberation, you still don't understand. You are moping. You know, it's funny because you don't look beyond the physical. You don't even realize the kind of damage you've done to the zoo that made them to go over the places trying to bribe their way to gain friends. We are winning friends legally. The zoo have to bribe because they are terrorists. They have to promise resources, promise gas, promise petrol, promise whatever for other countries to like them. But no one likes them in the actual sense. Considering what Finland did, it is laughable. I'm sure other countries of the world will be laughing at Finland because that's childish. It's too so low. That's very disgraceful. How can Finland do such rubbish with a country like Nigeria? That's it's a shame and a disgrace to Finnish reputation. Every citizen of Finland should be protesting, at least to save their image in the international stage. They dented their image. Tinubu have been in power for 2 years. The drug baron. And what he's preparing, he's already won already. He's won. The election is not here yet, but we all know how it goes. We all know how it plays. We know he already won in advance. Anything they want to do there in the zoo is just to fulfill all righteousness. But we know he's going to do another 4 years. Now he's 2 years in power as we are speaking. Because the election, he entered that seat. That was it 2023? We're in 2025. That's 2 years. So in the remaining 2 years plus the next 4 years, that which is the second term, we make it 6 years, and that's the 6 years they sentence the prime minister. So maybe this will help you understand what Finland did. So this topic, when I saw it, I was pleased because it's self-explanatory, because it tells a lot about what Nigeria is doing and also what Finland did. Man, because I haven't seen anywhere in the world where a terrorist is being served 6 years. We all know what happened to Bin Laden. It's a story we all know how he was hunted down and killed. That's it. That's how a terrorist is being treated. I haven't seen a terrorist that was spared. Talk more of 6 years sentence. If someone here have seen, please, I stand to be corrected. That's why I said, if I were to be a citizen of Finland, I will be protesting because of the image of my country. Because Finland have actually dented their image. Because you can't claim someone is a terrorist and the person is not facing life sentence. They are more like Nigeria, where terrorists work freely. Gumi is a negotiator of terrorists in Nigeria. Every terrorist in Nigeria, Gumi negotiates for them. Both the Fulani headsmen, both Boko Haram, both the ISIS, the ISWAP, every terrorist organization group in Nigeria, Gumi is the negotiator. Yet he's working freely. He dishes out command. He tells federal government what they should do. He's working freely. So, where on this planet Earth does a terrorist not face death sentence? I don't think, I think it's only in Finland and Nigeria. It's laughable. The citizens of Finland should be in the streets protesting because of the image of their country, except they don't care about the image of their country. But the image of any country matters, any individual, whatever you do, your business, whatever you do, the image of that matters. How do people see you? How do strangers see you? How do your friends see you? How do the world see you? You know, but that's their business, because at the end of the day, they've robbed, they've dented their image, like they've fucked up that respect Finland had. Because this issue of our prime minister have gone viral. No country of the world would say they are not aware. The entire Europe country knows about it. America knows about it. And it is to our own advantage. We want to be heard. We want our stories to go out there. We want the world to know that people like this exist and they are fighting to be liberated. PM has made that happen. Because in reality, the whole world knows that that is shambolic. There's no place a terrorist is given 6 years. A terrorist is supposed to face death sentence. But Finland knew very well that our prime minister is fighting a just cause. The world knows. But they want to trade with the zoo. They want to impress the zoo. But I pity the zoo defend the people that you know that are actually defending the zoo. That they are suffering, and the resources they were even supposed to use for them is being used for other countries, where they say they mine gold in whether it's Afara or wherever in the north. It's not being accounted for. Probably it is being used to bribe. And they use oil resources and they're bribing other countries in order to wash off their bad image. And you are suffering because they want to bribe other countries to wash off their bad image, which we all know they cannot. Your economy, you as a zoo sympathizer, your economy is going down on a daily. So many graduates out there who don't have a job, and your resources being used to bribe other countries. And you're clapping, jubilating, because you're stupid. Fellow Biafrans, we have every reason to celebrate. We have every reason to be happy. Every reason to be happy for what the Prime Minister have done, for how much awareness he has brought to this Biafra struggle. Beyond what our leader, that MNK, have done, as people that did so much. But when it comes to international awareness, our PM have done amazingly great. And what just happened serves us as an advantage. And we must learn how to utilize things like this. Capitalize on what just happened. We do that. The government financially utilize opportunities when they come knocking. Turn it the other way around. Opportunity. But if you believe, you must utilize this opportunity. You must start seeing it as an opportunity today. If you have not been seeing it, I want you to start seeing it as a very big opportunity. It's a very big opportunity. And I love our Prime Minister. Assuming our PM is here, you see how people make good use of opportunities. Just like when they did the
Okay. Our brother has been disconnected. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Stanley. Thank you for your contribution. So sorry that internet has kicked you out. Honestly, I don't really know what is happening with the internet.
Sorry, I was kicked out.
Yeah, even you also kick out. So I'll send the co-host again to you. So while we are trying to stabilize the house, let's listen to our PM.
We are going to do wonders. I want you all to understand that we are in a very big
I've sent it again, Mama.
battle for freedom is not for lily-livered people. It's not for kids. Battle for freedom, they throw bombs, rockets for people to get freedom. So freedom is not meant for people that are too emotional. It's not meant for people that somebody will talk this and talk that and they begin to shiver. No. I am born for Biafra to come. And I'm going to help Mazinam Dikano to get Biafra. Believe me. Go and mark today's date. I want to assure Biafrans, so long as you continue to stand on your freedom, I will be there for you.
So long as you continue to stand for your freedom, I will be there for you. What is that stand that he's talking about? So long as we continue to fund, he will be there for us. And he's always there and he's still there for us. As long as we continue to fund, our PM will never give up on us. Our Onyendu will never give up on us. That is what our PM is telling us. So are we still ready to fund? The answer is yes. Today is our fundraising. We have IOU. Which one do you choose? If you give us your 10,000 ejema, you will get 20,000 ejema. In IOU. We need your eje and ejema. We have shared the link for the payment in the Jumbotron. Please make your payment. If you know time difference will deter you from attending our fundraising today. The gear has changed. You can click that link, make the payment. You can send your receipt to 1 million. You can send to me. You can send to Madam Ki. You can send to Minister Betty. Anybody, you can send to Minister Love. We are many. Just make the payment. That is what we need. We will pray for you so that you sleep well. We will do the job. so that we continue to stand for our freedom and our PM will get the strength to stand there for us Biafrans.
So long as you continue to maintain that you have a right to live, I, Simon Ekpa, will be there any day, anytime.
Any day, anytime. Any day, anytime. Our PM is there for us. Any day, anytime. He is there for us. And yeah, Stanley, do you want to complete what you started, your submission? Oh, he has dropped again. Oh my God, internet has kicked him out. Our PM is there for us. So we need to play our own part. Let's listen to this.
5 steps. You have in this, you jail Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, another person will come out. Because that is the ideology. I keep saying, Biafra is an ideology. The things the youth.
Can you hear me? Tutos. Damn.
Stanley, are you there? Okay, you go ahead. We can hear you. About Anti-Tutos is playing something. I don't know. Yeah, okay.
They arrest young people,
I was
young
kicked out.
boys. They charge them for terrorism. They call them IPOP. They lock them up. You arrest bandits in the north. You arrest terrorists in the north. And what do? You call them repentant. And you reintegrate them back into the society. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves in this country. If we want peace, let us look at peace from the aspect of justice. Because any peace devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard. You jail Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, another person will come out. Because that is the ideology. I keep saying, Biafra is an ideology. The things the youth are seeing in the southeast is what drives them. You have in the southeast, they arrest young people, young boys, they charge them for terrorism, they call them IPOP, they lock them up. And you reintegrate them back into the society. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves in this country. If we want peace, let us look at peace from the aspect of justice. Because any peace devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard. You jail.
This is what our PM was fighting against. Kidnapping of our youth, abducting them, throwing them into prison. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I
You know,
was kicked out.
it's always breaking. You know, it
Yeah,
comes and sometimes
I
it will
was
cease.
kicked out, my brother. Maybe you
They are
take it off from
disturbing
here.
you.
Seriously.
Well, you know, there is this research I've been trying to, you know, sometimes it's not everything that, you know, you always want to hear from others. Sometimes it's good for us to make some research, you know, concerning this nonsense judgment that Finland just participated on. And for the fact of, I was trying to find out the minimum sentence for terrorism act in Finnish this thing. So, and I'm seeing 12 years, you know. So I don't know the ones, I don't know the people that are rejoicing, and even for the charges that they even accused we Biafrans for, like the one they said incitement or indictment. That one, the sentence for that one is life imprisonment. Eh? So why are these people rejoicing when they already know the truth that they said that, they have already dropped all those charges of all those fighting for freedom that he was doing, and they now bring out, because they not see anything, and now bring out something else and gave 6 years. And some people are some people who call themselves educated fools, or Gotha media journalists, they will come out and you see them. So I don't know when you will go as a journalist, you will be putting on abada and this thing and this kind of. Are you going to the mosque? Are you going to a party? And you call yourself a journalist? You will come there. The whole thing in that contraction has become something else, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. You can just wake up from your bedroom and you will go to the studio and begin to do it. Sometimes you can look at it. That is how they behave. Animals. How can you see a responsible man who's claimed that he's educated and speaks very good English in a comfortable environment, with thinking that his brain is working, balance, and you try to project fear and intimidation in the mind of gullible Nigerians that you have been succeeding in deceiving, and nobody can ask a reasonable questions. Even right there on the studio, nobody can ask a reasonable questions, and you guys feel so comfortable and you feel so happy that the people you are talking to, as long as they don't have as long as you have succeeded in suppressing their mind to the extent that they will never have any second on any second thought. Anything you say, as long as it is in Chinese TV, as long as it is in those your terrorist television media, it goes. So, but that is not the fact. The truth is here right before your eyes. Even you that is even saying that thing in that studio, you can easily open your phone and browse through. Everything is out there. So why will you come out and sit very comfortably and start lying, start deceiving people, and at the same time you still want people to take you serious? At the same time, because you are doing the bidding of this alamajiri, this uneducated terrorists, these foolish criminals everywhere. That is why you yourself have now become foolish, and this is the same thing applied to the Finnish court as well, where they were trying to welcome evil country, evil contraction. They now indict themselves and thinking that they are indicting Biafra government in exile, because the major motive in the first place was they were trying to bring down Biafran government in exile, because since all this while they have been hearing of Biafra government in exile, even though our defense convention and all this constitution was declared in Finland. These people, they don't understand. Maybe they were thinking it's just a kind of like all those Igbo meetings, all those Ohanese gathering like they used to do before. Maybe that is what they were thinking, because there's never a time these people has ever took us serious. They never take us serious at all. The last time they said that our prime minister is a content creator. The last time they even told us that our prime minister is a self-acclaimed prime minister. So I don't understand, if he's a self-acclaimed prime minister and if he's a content creator, why are you people going after him? Why are you people disturbing him? Why is he the target? A content creator. So for you to understand that our prime minister was not a content, and he has been doing everything based on legal foundation. So now they tried to align with the Finnish authority, not knowing that this Biafran government in exile that they are hearing, it's not just like the way other Biafrans has been drawing us back. All those saboteurs, all those ones, why our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be making efforts. They will be sabotaging everything from all angles. So the world have already so they have already started seeing us like unserious people, like maybe we don't. But this time around, that was what they were thinking, because the fact still remains that was the report that was coming to this Finnish persecutor or Finnish government. That was the exactly report that was coming, that they should not take our prime minister. Like, look, I think the people said they should look at the history, they should check that this guy there's no kind of allegation. So, as a matter of interest, because if all these things I'm saying, I'm going to back it up with their Finnish law, and I'm going to quote the acts where all these things are being stated. You understand? So, as a matter of fact, based on their interest and it was like the complaint has been coming too much. Even the last time they have to change their foreign affair in Abuja, just to see if they will be able to control this situation, because now what they are getting, because Nigeria even have the guts, in knowing fully that they are evil, knowing fully that they are against humanity, knowing fully that they are trying to indict Finland itself. They came out openly and threatened Finland that if they do this one, that means their interest will still be also at stake. That word was just like a careless word to me then when they said that. So I never knew that word was like, it seems like the Nigeria hold their remote control, and they went and pressed that place, and the team caught them immediately. The next thing we saw Alex Storm, the giraffe neck. Yeah, the giraffe neck. I don't know whether that guy, if he is under, whether he do take some, the giraffe neck. The next thing we saw him with Shetima, the head of Boko Haram in Nigeria, as a vice president. When I saw that one, I did not take that one funny. I was observing it. I checked the something, I balanced it. I checked the something, I balanced it. I say, well, there's no problem. We'll see the outcome. But the problem that Finland have is that they never know, because all these things was the connection. So and all this connection, the pressure was too much, to the extent that they never dig very deep to understand how grounded the Biafran government in exile, whom Samuel Ekpa is the prime minister. Somebody call Musa. Somebody should help me to tag Alex Storm. Tell him to come close. The persecutor, tell him to bring chair and come and listen. Because I'm telling you the truth. Wherever you are now, you are regretting. Because you never knew that this prime minister that is in Finland, that it is not just self-acclaimed prime minister the way they have been telling you. All those army and all those Biafran Liberation Army, the activities of the Biafran Liberation Army that our prime minister was posting for the world to understand what was going on in Biafran land, was the same things that they brought to you. How will be our Biafran Liberation Army under the Biafran government in exile and the de facto government in the homeland legally registered and recognized in the Washington DC, United States of America? You never knew that this prime minister, this Samuel Ekpa, he was not just only in Finland, but he was in America. He was inside Washington, but he is in Finland. But our prime minister has already gotten to Washington. He goes out and come back every time. Okay, can somebody call that Alex Storm to come close? They never knew that. They never understand how deep. That is the reason why they even went ahead to begin to question our prime minister, the prime minister of Biafran government in exile. They begin to question him inside the court, and look at how disgraceful, look at how shameful, look at how necessary our great Obatobi, the Ogidiga Agune Chemba, look at the way he just watered everything down. The persecutor was looking so very foolish, including the Nigerian saboteurs that they even employed to come and testify, putting on uniform inside Finnish court to testify against the prime minister of Biafra government in exile in the name of Samuel Ekpa Njoku. That is the handwork of the Nigerian terrorist government and the British. Thinking that our prime minister is a donkey, because when he was telling them that he studied international law, that everything that he was doing, that this foundation of the Biafran government in exile, that he is the prime minister, was under law and order, according to the international law. They never took him serious. They quickly went in tarnishing his reputation, his good reputation that he has led for a very long time in Finland. They were so quick, they were so swift in action, going against this young man who has labored and supported the growth and the economic of that land. Now, as they have thought, but they were disappointed at the end. Maybe along the line, when they try to dodge the Biafran government in exile, when they were trying to indict our prime minister, not knowing that they are indicting themselves, then the Biafran government in exile will come up. Anytime they try to escape the Biafran government in exile, there's no way after going around the Biafran government in exile. So now they begin to ask, this Biafran government in exile, we need to find out. And they made their findings. When they make their findings, what did they see? What they saw shocked them. What they confirmed, it shocked them. What they confirmed, what they saw, what they understand, it made them to coordinate immediately. But it is still shameful and so ununderstanding that even after seeing these things, and you still came out and finally, try to disgrace yourself, and you are bringing this. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So this journey is not a small one. So now Nigeria contraption with their elites, they have succeeded in now, when they were trying to indict our prime minister, Simon Ekpa, they have now succeeded in indicting Finland. Because I don't know how they are going to escape this thing, unless our prime minister will just fold his hand and keep quiet. Because you cannot accuse a Finnish citizen, accuse me or something that I did not do, and at the end of the day, you are coming up with something. And that one that they are even bringing, if the first one that you people brought is a lie, how do you want me to expect that this second one is true? You people cannot prove what you accused somebody for, and you cannot convict him for that, because there is no evidence. How do you want us to agree with this nonsense and childish nonsense judge a verdict? It's not possible. So now we should understand that the shame is too much. There is no way. So when they now find out that this BRGIE, it's not just because our prime minister is in Finland, that as they have gotten our prime minister, that they will stop Biafran government in exile. So they now find out that this BRGIE is being registered and recognized in the United States of America, in the United States of America courts. Not just recognized as an organization or recognized as, but recognized as a government that it is. So they have to withdraw and consider that everything our prime minister has been doing, according to what they were trying to accuse him of, he is innocent. That was the result that brought to this that was the result that brought this verdict that we are seeing today. There is no any other result that brought this verdict that we are seeing today, because the foundation of the Biafran government in exile was laid on a solid foundation. And that foundation can never be tempered. That foundation can never be shaken. That foundation can never be moved. This is the reason why they planted so many, even when our prime minister was being heard. That was the reason why we experienced the first sabotage. That was the reason why we experienced the second sabotage, and we succeeded. And that was the result we are getting. The result is as a result of this verdict. Now, all those nonsense has been dropped because they tried. in so many ways to have evidence so that then we can use it to swing in and succeed in whatever they have done, because the Biafran people stood their ground. The Biafran government in exile stood their ground, and the Biafran people, stood their ground with Biafran government in exile to overcome this few sabotage. That was the reason why they could not succeed. If we have fallen for the first sabotage, the reverse would have been the case. There is no two ways about it. But when they did not succeed, they tried the second time. If we would have fallen for the second time, before this verdict came out, you understand that before this verdict comes out, that two sabotage has already been overcome by the Biafran people, by the Biafran government in exile, just to bring down Biafran government in exile. But we are standing and still waxing strong, doing the needful, focusing on our charter, which is our constitution, that it was adopted by the Biafran people. Biafrans, are we really serious? Do we really understand what we are in? Do we really know the foundation that our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our prime minister, the Biafran government in exile have laid down for us? Are we going to support? Are we going to increase? Are we going to stand in this path of truth to defeat our enemies? Or are we going to ignore and continue to stand alongside? That is a question for each and every one of us. I will yield the mic here because I will allow other people to also contribute as well. Our host, we are very sorry. Thank you very much for bringing us together. We have a lot to talk. There are so many things, but I just want our people to understand, for all what I have been saying since so far, is that Biafran government in exile has been laid on a very solid rock. It can never be moved. It can never be shaken. Each and every one of us that are standing in the path of BRGIE, keep standing strong. You are in the right path. We are doing the right thing. We have a constitution, we have a charter, which has been guiding us. There is no room for any sabotage. There is no room for any deceit. There is no room for propaganda anymore. When anybody comes with any kind of propaganda or any kind of deceit, you have the right to go into your charter and advise yourself. You have the right to apply your critical thinking and know what and where to do. Please, Biafrans, we have to support our Biafran Liberation Army. We do not have two Biafran Liberation Armies. We do not have two governments. We have only Biafran government in exile. We can only be recognized as the United States of Biafra when we have defended our land and when we are being recognized in the whole world, especially even in the United States of America. As it stands now, BRGIE is the only government that pilots and see to the affairs of Biafran people. Do not allow yourself to be this. And we need to support. We need to give them our support. Now, we do not have any hope. This is the time for each and every one of us to come together and speak in one voice, one unity, one BRGIE. One BRGIE. Our prime minister remains our prime minister. Our prime minister remains the prime minister of the Biafran government in exile. Nothing changed, nothing removed. And Biafran government in exile continues to stand and continues to pilot the affairs of the Biafran people. The only legal and recognized government. That is the reason why nobody can stop us, because we are in the path of truth, and what we are doing is our right. So Biafrans, we need to understand this and come out in our mass to support this government now that this government needs our need. We need to do the needful to minimize the loss of lives and properties, especially in Biafra land, to minimize this injustice that we are being met all over the world. If we rise up now and begin to do the needful, the world will begin to take us serious. If we rise up now to our responsibility, then you will see our leaders will be released, and all this injustice will be addressed. But if we continue to stand aside and look, we will continue to experience more of this kind of injustice. So the only solution is to support the Biafran government in exile. Support the Biafran government in exile. As it stands now, our acting prime minister is there in the United States of America with the lobbyists doing the needful. It is not easy. Is it you? Is it me? Who else is going to do that? Sacrificing his time, he's not being paid, sacrificing his effort, everything, energy, making sure day and night, attending everything, doing everything voluntarily for me and you, for each and every one of us. So we should understand and at least acknowledge that. So those of us that are trying to say, why is it Mazi Ogenkere? No, stop that. If it is not him, is it you? Can you do that? Do you have the grace? So please, let's just support. That is all. That is the least we ask. Support with that your little ejema, and don't support with your deceitful tongues. Don't support with your sabotage. Don't ever even think of contributing with your evil agenda, because you will be crushed, you will be disgraced, and Biafra will continue to stand. Thank you very much. I welcome you back, Stanley. I don't know if you still have the opportunity to speak now. The network kicked you out earlier before, so if you have anything to contribute,
Yes,
you can go ahead, my brother.
thank you very much, my brother. 1 million. I appreciate you, man. I didn't even know I was kicked out, and I was just speaking before I realized it. It was late, and I don't even know how long I've been talking to myself, but it's all good. Yes, thank you so much for that submission. 1 million.
Sorry for that. It's network.
Yeah, I understand. It happens. So I just want to speak now based on what our brother 1 million just to the point he just spoke about just now. Let me just say more on that. BRGIE is the only legitimate entity for Biafra recognition and restoration. Anybody that is, maybe acting like they don't know is only pretending. It's pretense, because it's obvious now. Because if you say it's not, then which one would you say is the legitimate entity? Which one? Is it the DOS that have colluded with Nigeria terrorist government that is fighting against our Biafra Defense Forces? Which one? So at this point, I think it's clear now. For those that felt they've been confused, but I don't think there's no one that is confused. Everybody's intentional now. So whoever is standing elsewhere. You're sitting on the fence. You're aligning yourself with any other group or whatever. You're deceiving yourself. And the worst thing you can do to yourself is to deceive yourself. It's even better that someone is deceiving you. People might say, okay, maybe you are not aware. But when you deceive yourself, that's the worst thing that can happen to you. The BRGIE, led by our APM, Mazi Ogechukwunkere, we all know is the legitimate government. And that is the government we should align ourselves if you want the freedom. If you really want it in every sincerity. It's not in pretense. It's not haphazardly. If you want your freedom with every seriousness, you should align with BRGIE. And it doesn't stop at aligning. You should pay the price for freedom. It's not just speaking. You also have to make sacrifices. Without sacrifices, there's nothing we can achieve. Financial sacrifices, commitment sacrifices, support sacrifices. Anything you can do to push the vehicle forward. BRGIE is like a vehicle. Anything you can contribute to push the vehicle forward, it is your responsibility. Sometimes we come online, we try to plead because we respect our people. But I don't think you should wait for someone to plead to you before you should do what is required of you. Except you don't want the freedom. That would be a different thing altogether. But if you want the freedom and you desire to be free and you want it with every seriousness, you don't have to wait for someone to talk you into doing what you're supposed to do. You don't have to wait till Saturday fundraising before you can drop something to support your freedom. You can buy a piggy bank and put every change that you make from your expenses of the day. I use piggy bank because I put all my change in it. Those small change, I put it there. It helps me save. Because I'm fond of, if I have change, I'll be like, let me kuku spend them after on a change. But we have a struggle we need to fund. So when I even get that thing change, now I don't give tips anymore. Then I used to give tips. Maybe I say, okay, don't worry, keep the change and all that. I don't do that any longer because I have more important place to channel that fund. So you can buy a piggy bank. We all know what piggy bank is. Some call it save. You keep it in your home. If you get change, maybe you went to market, you went to shopping, or you did something and you come home there and there's some kind of change with you. You put it there, you keep putting it there. If that's the best way, if that's the only way that help you to gather funds, if you are the type that find it difficult to support a cause, because some people are actually stingy and it's in their nature, and you don't blame them. They didn't create themselves after all. There are stingy people naturally, and we all know what nature means. So you can look for a way to work yourself if you know you are a stingy person. Yes, that's just the truth. I won't say they are bad people because some are born that way. They hardly give, but they have. So why not use the piggy bank? Put all those change. Keep putting it there. Even if you want to be supporting the government monthly, but keeping it there on a monthly basis, you open it. Some of these piggy banks are not really expensive. Some of them are plastic, some are tin, in a tin form that you can actually tear easily. What I'm saying, we must do something to support the struggle. However, we choose to do it, we must do something. It's very important. There's nothing we can do without funds. Man, this is something we should have behind our mind. We need money. Our defense forces need money. The diplomatic work we are doing, our lobbyists, it requires funds, to run these things. Whatever, however way, however approach, we need money. However approach, it doesn't matter. As long as at the end of the day, you are able to squeeze out funds, it's good to go. And believe me, there are blessings attached to these things. People think it's only when they give to beggars that they get blessings. It's not true. As long as you give, you'll be blessed. It mustn't be a beggar on the street, a cripple, maybe a blind person. You can as well give them. It's all good. It's all part of giving, generosity. But if you're giving for the right cause, not giving for the wrong cause, like what the Airpeace did. funding the Fulanis to come and kill our women and children. They went out burning houses in Okigwe. He's funding the wrong cause, and it will be a curse upon his generation. But as long as you're giving for the right cause, for the protection of lives and properties, you'll be blessed for it. There's no penny you spend that will be of waste, no matter how little it is. Believe it. Give and move on. Give and move on. God will bless you. Chukwokike will bless you in return in a way or in ways that you least expected. This struggle, our life depends on it. 100%. It's our survival. If you don't have any reason to give, remember the over 3 million children that died during the war. Remember those Washioko infected children, innocent children that used to see their image, and you feel so bad. But then, after you felt so bad, what did you do about it? What have you done about it? You can go and get those pictures, frame them, and hang it in your houses. If that will motivate you to support, if that's what triggers you, whatever you need to do to be part of this struggle, you have to do it. Nobody will do it for you. It is not the Yorubas who come and fund your liberation. It is not the Hausas. It is not the Fulanese. It is you, as a Biafran. Make sacrifices for greater good. Squeeze out that sweat and put it in the struggle, and you will never regret doing so. Nobody that I know that is sacrificing for this struggle have ever regretted. Long life and good health is actually underrated, but that is one of the most precious gifts anybody will have. Long life and good health. And that's what God have given most of us. And that's why we are still standing strong. We are not sick. We do everything we do. We still come to space. We still show love. We still, canvas for the struggle. We still speak. We encourage our people. We post. We engage. We come to the fundraising every single time. Even if we don't have something to give, we are there present. And that reminds me of our brother, Freedom for All. I don't know if he's here. Freedom for All is ill. It just came to my mind. I don't know how he's doing now, but I hope he's getting better. He's been consistent. He's been steadfast. I appreciate him. And I know that he will be feeling better, much, much better at this moment. Please, there is joy in giving, especially when we're giving with the right cause. Any day, if you have not been giving, if you have not been donating, try donating. Just try it once. If you have never donated in this struggle, if you have never, try it just once and see the type of joy that comes with it. I challenge you. If you don't drive that joy, don't ever take my word for anything. If you try and give, like the link they posted, or you want to donate through your admin, just say, let me try. The least, you will sleep better than you've ever slept in your life. Give it a try. Challenge me. It's not a joke. If you try it and what I'm telling you didn't manifest, don't ever regard me ever. I'm telling you from personal experience. If you are giving for the purpose of Biafra liberation, you will be a blessing to your generation. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm very, very sure that you will never lack. Today is fundraising. As in the Obidota Adebama, not the Barabo. You can start today. There's no perfect time. Besides, this is even the perfect time. Fellow Biafrans, BRGIE is the vehicle. There is no other vehicle elsewhere. I don't need to tell you that DOS have sold out. You know already. You know already. I don't need to come and start telling you about Orabu Fulani. You know. Or will I come and start telling you about Imam Madambo? Is it not obvious? There are things that are not supposed to be preached. I've been at Danduch, I won't come to talk about. I've been at Biafra Disunite. Man, it is clear to everyone at this point. You know the legitimate and the right place to put your funds to support the struggle. Don't wait for someone to come and start pushing you around, preaching to you every time and then. You know what to do. Man up. Sit up and do it. It's not a big deal. And God will bless you. Thank you guys for this opportunity. Tutos, the host. I don't know if you're
I'm
here.
here.
Okay, all right.
Thank you
Go
so
ahead.
much. Internet is dealing with me honestly. If I want to say anything, it will kick me out. I really appreciate my co-host. If not, I don't know. I don't know how today would have been. Thank you so much. Let me just pick this small time that it has given. It has given me opportunity to say something. Hey, 1 million, no be small thing. Oh. I don't know what I've done to my internet. It's just kicking me out. Hey, so I just managed a little time that I have. Thank you, Stanley. You've spoken at length. 1 million, thank you. Mama Betty, are you there? You are still far from your phone? Yeah, so you have to, help us. 1 million, because if I want to play anything now, before I even click the button, it will kick me out. So it's really frustrating me. Yes, thank you, brother Stanley. You made a comment. Yeah, for those of you that are just joining us, we are talking about how our PM has put the Nigerian government, terrorist government, on the run, forcing them. In fact, the right word is bribe the world. Yes, so maybe I'll change it to bribe the world. So just summary of what we've been talking, and each and every one of you was supposed to pick the mic, but it's like most of us are not close to our phones. Yeah, so our PM has really made Nigerian government, terrorist government, to be on their knees. Yes, they are crawling, they are crying, they are lamenting, jumping from one country to the other, seeking for help because they cannot withstand what is coming. Yes, so a lot is coming on their way. Shebi, they were playing with our PM. They thought that it's business as usual, not knowing that our PM have already put down the structures that BRGIE will have to work on. Now, we know very well that we have the Biafra report. Oh, our minister is here. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me send you the mic. I have sent the mic, Minister. So, They came very late. The terrorist country did not know that our PM had already prepared for this battle. When Aonyendu say he's bringing a new dimension, they thought it was a child's play. But today, my co-host, get ready in case it kicks me out. It is freezing. Our information minister is here. I'm trying to bring him, but I cannot. My
He's
co-host,
up.
can you
He's
see?
up. He's up here. He's up. Don't
Okay,
worry.
okay,
Yeah, he's here.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Just go
Let
ahead.
me give him the mic.
Information minister, and he's here already. He's on the mic. Go ahead.
You have the mic,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
I think he dropped again.
Yeah.
No, he dropped again. Network, I think.
Are you serious? That
Okay,
means from
okay.
my
No,
end, I'm
he's
seeing
back.
our
He's
information.
back up. He's back up now.
All right. I don't know what is going on with this net. Information minister, please, you have the mic as you are coming in, sir. We are having a network challenge since. In case you are on the mic, sir. I don't know if you are there or not.
He's on the mic now.
Is he speaking?
Not yet speaking. His mic is
Okay.
muted, but
Okay,
he's on
fine.
the
That
mic.
means he's not yet ready to speak. So, Antitutos, you
Okay.
Yeah.
can go ahead. When he's ready, he will let
Yeah.
us know.
So if
Yes.
you don't hear my voice, know that I've been kicked out. So our PM has our PM in summary, we've spoken at length. Yes, so he has used his background in media, yes, and his powerful oratory skills to, bypass this traditional state controlled Nigerian terrorist media. That is what our PM did. And we know very well his daily broadcast was a top notch. He taught us so many things in detail. He told us how to analyze content, and we are here to continue from where he stopped. Yes, so you know, I don't even know how to start to describe this man. For decades, Nigerian has controlled this narrative and labeled us what do they even labeled us as terrorists, all those names that they gave to us. But the narrative has changed. Our information minister, please, when you are free, just let us know. The narration has changed. Our PM flipped the script. You see? And how did he flip? He constantly and consistently exposed these Nigerian terrorist army atrocities and all that they've committed against us in Biafra land. And he framed the Nigerian state as a terrorist entity. And that is why when they carried the news day before yesterday, they say he is the terror. Nigeria is the terror. Nigeria is the terror. And that is why uh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. Tutor.
Let's listen.
Infers frustration. It infers that there is lack. Infers frustration. It infers that there is a lack of synergy and understanding. Because if the governor says, "I know, I see," and that if he has the power to do it, and he said, "But it is my duties and responsibility," and I did. But giving vehicles out, it meant that way. But it can only be directed from Abuja. I swear to Allah, there was a time I shed tears. We see there is a need for them security operatives to be there, areas prone to bandits attack, and protect people. They won't until they get.
We dwell on this yesterday. About this governor of Zamfara State, when he lamented that he has no control over the insecurity in his own state, being the chief. They we spoke at length yesterday on this issue. So why am I bringing it up again? Because our prime minister have made the world to see that Nigeria is the terror itself, not him. Not him. because these guys are the ones that are paying bandits. We dwell on this yesterday so much. But you see, you know, and my question is, why is Shegun dodging from the real question? They said that they have to take authority from Abuja before the security operatives can respond to any terrorist attack in Zamfara and every other state. Now, Shewun is dodging from asking this Tambuwal the direct question I expect from him. I expected him to ask, who is the officer giving this authorization from Abuja? He is not asking because he doesn't want to mention the name of Musa. See? Who always give authority for a strike to be carried out? We need to know who is in this Abuja. Just like when they say that they're paying bandits, how does this bandit receive their salary? Who is paying this bandit? This bandit, do they have bank account? Shehu is dodging from answering the question, from asking the correct and direct question he should ask, so that he can have the answer. And from there, the whole world or their terrorist country will know who is giving out this order. Yes, do not kill, do not respond until you get the authority from Abuja. Do not engage the terrorists. Of course, as I said yesterday, they don't want to call them terrorist bandit. They just say bandit and remove the name terrorist. Now, you will hear what Tambuwal wants to respond to Shehu, because Shehu is asking, what can we do to fix the issue of insecurity? They are labeling our prime minister as the terror, but they themselves are the terror. Let's listen. I hope internet will allow me.
From Abuja, what do you, what can you take away from that statement? Until they get directive from Abuja.
You see, until they get word from Abuja, let's listen.
And it's a tight and protect people. They won't until they get directive from Abuja. What do you go to ban is a tight and protect people? They won't until they get directive from Abuja.
They get, is it rating or whatever from Abuja, instruction from Abuja is mean the
Until
same
they
thing
get instruction, notification from Abuja.
Now, the question I expected him to ask after this is, who is given that instruction? He dodged from asking because he knows it is Musa. He knows it is
Auntie Tutor, please hold your thoughts. Please hold your thought. Thank you. Biafra, time to come to the mic now. Okay, now, is it not very clear if was that not a governor that was saying that?
Okay. Which one is it? The Zamfara state governor that has been lamenting? Okay, this fine. This one that is attending interview with him is Tambuwal. He said here that he was the governor of Sokoto for 8 years. Now he's a senator. Now
okay,
he's a senator.
If somebody like this now is telling a journalist on a live program, confessing that there is nothing he can do, that these terrorists, that these terrorists do, the one that is supposed to defend the land, they take order from Abuja. So that means, what is the need of governor? So when we come to Biafra land, when we are telling Biafran people that it is only Biafran government that is responsible, that is for you, you don't understand. Because tomorrow you will see local government chairman, you will see governor, you will see this one, see that. You don't know that those people, they are just like a stooge against you, but they don't have any power. All their order, it comes from Abuja. And you now, as an innocent citizen, innocent Biafra, you are looking around. Anytime they come to kill you, you will be calling on those criminals to come to your rescue, not knowing that the order is even coming from Abuja, and they have any other option to carry it out. Auntie Tutos, please, you can go ahead. So I just want them to know that it's also applied to every other state in that country.
What do you, what can you take away from that statement?
See, Joe, I've been governor of Sokoto for 8 years. I was confronted with security challenges, not to the magnitude in Zamfara.
Tambuwal is saying he has been governor of Sokoto for 8 years, and he has been confronting this insecurity, but not to the extent of the insecurity in Zamfara. Now, the question people should ask is, what is in Zamfara state that the insecurity is very high in Zamfara state? What is happening in Zamfara state? Now, listen.
They are doing that. They are mining gold there. Those
Okay,
people. That's where they are mining their
listen
gold
to
in
what
those areas.
Tambuwal, who is now the head of the campaign to kick away Tinubu.
Tutus, how many times have you heard them complain about insecurity or this thing that is happening in Zapara? Have you ever hear it in their television? Yeah, but there is insecurity in that state, a very intensified one. In fact, it seems like the terrorists have taken over that state. So, but there's no way you can hear it in the media. There's no way you can hear it in anywhere, because they have already gotten hold of that state and they are achieving a lot from that place. That is the will and the agenda of this same terrorist government. Somebody
No,
is telling me now that they even have secret airports in the bush in that Zamfara,
yeah.
private
This is
jets to be carrying out their goods and other things. So
this is the reason the governor cried that we dealt on this yesterday, very in depth. This is the reason the Zamfara state governor cried out that he is incapacitated, and when there is an attack and he will invite his personnel, that he knows the location of the terrorists. But the problem he's having is that when they come to attack his people and he called on the security operatives, they will tell him that they will not come until they get directive and authorization from Abuja. So they have to wait, and this authorization cannot come from Abuja. So now Tambuwal is coming today, this was yesterday midnight, to attend an interview with Shehu. You understand? So Shehu is now asking him, what can we do to fix this issue of insecurity? So Tambuwal is now telling him that this is how he did his own, but his own insecurity in Sokoto 8 years ago was not in depth as the one in Zamfara. That he is pitying Zamfara and that he will tell him what he did. Now listen.
But I provided vehicles, Sokoto government under my leadership provided vehicles to the police, the general security apparatus, over 600 vehicles.
So meaning that when he was the governor of Sokoto for 8 years, he did not wait for authorization to engage these terrorists from Abuja. That is what he is claiming. He bought the vehicles, mobility, and all that, provided the logistics. Now listen to what he wants Zamfara State governor to do.
Over 600 vehicles.
Over 600 vehicles.
Monthly allowances.
He was paying his security operatives monthly salary. Listen. We know that these are all terrorists, that they've accused them of placing terrorists on the salary scale. Listen.
And every support, whatever they're doing, any special clearance operation, we support them.
Any clearance operation that they do, they support them. Listen, listen.
It's very frustrating when a governor cannot give instructions, either the commissioner of police or the brigade commander.
That is very, very frustrating when the chief security officer of his own state cannot give a command or instruction to even the commissioner of police or the brigadier general to attack terrorists. This man is claiming that he did his own very well. But we are here to tell Finland government that these are the terrorists, not our prime minister. Our prime minister have now made the world to know that these are the terrorists, and that is why they are on the run, trying to cover up this image because somebody is out there exposing them. So this guy is claiming this is what he did, paid them salary. Does that correspond to what El Rufai said yesterday? Terrorists are being fed, they are paid salary, they are taken care of. This is exactly exact thing that Sokoto State Governor did. Because he cannot tell me that no, there was no terrorism act in his state. No. He's repeating exactly what El Rufai said, that it is now a new policy. You understand? Listen.
until he clears from the center. That is the reality of the situation. I'm not surprised at the way the governor of Zamfara spoke. It's out of frustration, and that is the reality on ground.
That is the reality on ground. This man is confessing that that is the reality on ground. The authorization for them to engage the terrorists in Zamfara must come from Abuja. Now the question is, who in Abuja, who is that person that is giving this authorization? Who is that person that will give this verdict? For the Zamfara state security operative to engage the terrorists. Nobody is asking this question because they know it is Musa. Because Shehu had promised Musa 2 weeks ago that he is going to manage information for Musa because he is the one that controls the media space. So he is dodging from asking that question. Who gives this verdict? Who gives this order from Abuja? Why is it that the state security officer cannot give order to the commissioner of police, to all the security under him, to attack or engage the terrorists? Who is this person in Abuja that is stalling this act?
Presidency.
I'm not holding brief for the governors, but that is their own situation. How can we reverse this trend? What can we?
Shehu is now pretending as if he doesn't know. He's asking, how can we reverse this trend? Shehu that said last 2 weeks that he has been reporting the killing. He doesn't even think he can report again. Now he's pretending. How can we reverse this trend? Instead of him to ask, who is in the Abuja? Who is in Abuja giving this order? He does because he knows this man will mention Musa. Let's listen.
We do to fix it. You've been governor, you're a senator, you've been speaker. That's why I told you that I believe that we should support the idea of state police.
Listen.
How will it work specially for us in terms of maybe you've schooled abroad? You understand how.
Tambuwal is saying that we should go for the idea of state police. Did you see another way they want to recruit more terrorists? Listen, oh, listen, idea of state police. When they have killed all the youths in Zamfara state, now who will be this state police? Now these people, they are making ways to bring in more terrorists and give them uniform and call them state police and place them on salary. And then they go out there and say that the good guy, our prime minister, is the terror. We are telling the world today that our prime minister have flipped this script, that these people are the terror, and that is why they are running today to hide their faces in shame. Because the whole world knows that they are terrorists now in Nigeria. Let's listen.
Some of these things operate. What tendency or what dynamics do you think will perfectly fit the Nigerian situation? Okay, so I attended courses in schools abroad. But my primary, my secondary, my university, all in Nigeria. Local breed. Local breed. So, but I've been attending courses. And I've been going out of the country and seeing things, how they work in other countries, and I feel I hope how one day all of this will now be same with our situation in Nigeria.
So by reading, doing courses, traveling out of the country, he has learned just like that. Let's listen to what he came back with.
You see, you need to recruit more into the Nigerian security system.
Recruit
more personnel, more boots on the ground.
You hear him?
More of empowering them with the right tools of work.
Did you hear that? More foot on ground, more empowering them with the right tools. Is there anywhere you people have heard that there is mass recruitment of police, local police before? We have never heard such thing in Nigeria. All that we hear every time is repentant Boko Haram have been, integrated into the military wing. That is what Tambuwal is advocating now, because they need people on ground for their 2027 election. Because to the best of my knowledge, terrorists have finished killing all the youths in Zamfara state. So he's now here in Channels Television advising Zamfara State Governor what he's supposed to do. You don't know what you're supposed to do? Recruit more terrorists and build a camp for them, provide their logistics, everything they need, sophisticated weapon. Where will they get the money from? From our resources. Biafrans, it is time to wake up. Hey, Sister Eunice, you are here. You want to speak to Biafrans? Because we have 10 minutes left. Are you there? Sister Eunice, are you there? I think she's not close to her mic. Oh, can anybody hear me? 1 million, are you there?
Yeah, you're coming out.
Okay, maybe she's not close to her mic. Mama Betty, you want to say something? We have just 10 minutes and then we'll call it a day so that we go for fundraising. Internet has dealt with us too much today. Okay, so nobody is ready to speak. No wahala. We
If Senator,
continue.
Senator is there. Senator, are you there? Mazi Senator.
Senator, are you there to speak?
I think the network kicked him out.
Yeah.
They have a network issue.
Network has kicked him out. I don't know why internet is like this today, honestly.
Honestly, very
Okay,
bad.
let's listen.
Very quick information, very quick one. I have an update from Okigwe. The security situation, the security updates from Okigwe, and today is the 5th of September 2025. And it is the duty and the primary responsibility of the Biafra Defense Forces, Biafra Liberation Army, and the Biafra resistant fighters, and all.
Please, if you want, Senator, are you there? Senator, are you there?
Senator is out already, sir. He's out of the mic. Oh, I'm not seeing him again. I used to see him. I'm seeing him on listening session.
Yeah, I've given him mic again. Senator, are you there? You have the mic.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Morning and afternoon, depending on where you are listening from. I want to digress a little bit. Since you've been speaking, I've been hearing everything. I just want to make my own opinion known. I just want to voice my own. These people, when they kidnapped the leader, they thought that no one will come up again. They thought that, due to what they said, just get the leader and everything will be over, without knowing that there is someone that is coming up, which is Obatobie, who has come, and it is finishing, just as he said, I am the finisher. He has prepared everything, and they thought that now that they have taken him, that everything is going to die off, without knowing that that preparation has led to Ogen Kere coming up, which is the APM now. When they came up with all the ERATs like Vam 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 and all the rest of them, they thought that when they pull out, just like they pulled first, what's her name? Ngozi Arabese just went off. They thought it was going to die off. They didn't know that we are on. We have come to stay, and this Biafra is coming with us. There is no going back. They don't know that. So when they say, okay, since Ngozi Arabese's own could not do it, let us come up with Plan B. That was when this coup plotters sprung up. The other day I went to the thing, though we were told not to go, but I know what I'm doing. I know what I do to them, to the extent that even that he first said, "Hey, Senator, I don't know what is your age, but I want to tell you that you are a fool for saying what you are saying in that comment section." You know, so all these things that have been happening, they know what they are doing. Every of the and every of the governors, both from the north and from the east, they know what is happening. But what they use is what everyone doesn't know. But there is one thing, um, one exposure that I want to make now, which it is my assumption, and I know that it is true. What I'm saying is that that time that they were with our people, with the ladies, when they were coming here, they were raping our people, they were leaving a stamp and they were taking record of all these people that are their sons and daughters, So that's the one that is not being given by their mothers. So those ones that are given by our own mothers, they took their names, they took, their records. So when they came to them, they will promise them, they will tell them, they will do DNA to show them, look, you are a Fulani fathered person. You cannot leave us alone. All those things. You might say it is a propaganda, but I know that my instinct is not lying to me. So all I'm saying is that upon all these things that are happening, that is why that when our people are seeing what is happening to their people, we call them our people because they lived with us, they grew up with us, we saw them as our own people. That is why when they are in power, we think that they are going to defend their people, which is us, and they are not doing so. They are not doing so because we are not the same people. They are different. They are our enemies. And there is nobody that can liberate the difference other than we ourselves. So the way we are doing it now, that is the way we are going to liberate them. No matter what is happening, it will just take a little time. Everybody will see what will happen. Even this Peter or Petteri or whatever he is called of Finland, all of them, they are being ashamed now. How can you, if you look at my tweets, you will see what I've been saying there. How can you just call someone, you arrest him, saying that it is a terrorist charge, that you have against him? When after looking at it, you see that the guy is innocent, the PM is innocent. Now you now brought up another thing, saying it's a tax evasion or whatever they call him, or incitement. Incitement of what? Since when is Nigeria and Finland the same people? Since when were they the same people? How can you just go, you arrest somebody for another person, then after seeing that there is nothing that you have against him, you now bring up another thing? Why haven't you called him? Why haven't you arrested him for that same tax evasion or whatever? You know, so they are just rigmaroling. They don't know what to do. That is why, you should know that it is because of oil. You remember what Buhari did when in 1983, after when they took power, Buhari went and took this the brother of
Okay,
Osofia, the brother of
brother senator,
uh,
senator.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, our time is up. I'm
Oh, okay,
so
thank you.
sorry.
It's all right. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry because our instruction is we should close 30 minutes before any activity that is organized by the government, and this is 6:30. This is
Please,
6:30 p.m.
No more
Yeah,
tutors,
explanation. I've been here, no problem. I rest my case. Thank you so much.
yeah,
please,
and
tutors. We did not get that Okigwe news. Please, if you
which
can summarize it for us, what's
ah,
the update?
I will send it to you before my information minister will find me. Oh, it's time.
All right. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
because
Send it to me.
yeah, I will send it. You mean the one from our defense?
Yes, from Angel Makeup.
Okay. I
Thank
think
you.
I've also retweeted it. Anyway, I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
information minister is very strict now, so we have to end this space. And there's an announcement. Those of us, all Biafrans are invited to Idongi Bom Town Hall meeting tomorrow. They want all of us to come together and support them. It will start. Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah, go, We can hear you now, but we aren't hearing
I'm
you
hearing
initially.
you now,
Oh,
but we didn't hear your last
yeah,
announcement.
he disconnected. Oh, let him just allow me to give this announcement. Yeah, it's the Zoom will be open 3 p.m. Biafra time tomorrow. So the program will kickstart by 4. So you are free to log in from 3 p.m. I hope you are still hearing me. Yeah, that is the announcement. So they want all of us to come and support them tomorrow. And now, thank you so much, my co-host. I don't know how internet treated us today like this, but we give God the glory. We've achieved something. Instead of not hosting space, we put the enemy to shame and we still move on. Thank you so much. 1 million. Thank you, Madam Betty, our honorable minister, and all the listeners and speakers today, Brother Stanley, everyone that spoke today, Senator. I know the time was too short for everybody to speak. Thank you so much for all that you've done for us today in this space. Thank you, Biafrans. See you in the fundraising. Please do not go to sleep. Try and log it. I hope you are still hearing me.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
hearing
We are
you,
hearing you.
Auntie,
We are
Yeah.
listening. We are
Okay.
hearing you.
Because
Auntie Eunice,
I'm not seeing I'm
welcome.
not
Oh.
seeing anybody. I'm not seeing
That
anybody.
is why you are not seeing Auntie Eunice. She's even on the speaker.
Oh my God. I'm not seeing. Hey, I'm not seeing this internet today. Yeah. So okay, and tomorrow because of the town hall, I think there will be no space because it's almost the same time. 1 million, what do you think? Because it will start 3 p.m. Biafra time.
Okay, that we'll just go
Yeah,
straight to the town hall meeting
yeah,
then. Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
that's all.
No wahala now. So there will be space on Monday as usual. Sister Eunice, don't worry, you speak on Monday, okay? Sorry, we have to end the space now. Thank you so much, everyone. See you in the town in the fundraising. I love you. Bye.